Yeah, okay. Yeah. Sip it, lock it down.
Sit down.
Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of the podcast. My name is DJ Kaz, a K-pop, K-hip-hop fan based in the UK, and in these podcasts I'll be talking about the difficulties of being a K-pop and K-hip-hop fan in the UK. First of all, I'd like to start off with shipping and stuff like that. So, I've pre-ordered a Skizu plushie and a signed album from Mnet, and the plushie is meant to be arriving anytime this month, next month, and my signed album from Mnet won't be coming for another long while because of how bad COVID situations are in Korea. Things are taking its time to arrive, but yeah. And I've also pre-ordered 80s Fever Part 3 album, so I'm waiting on that one too. Of course, I started listening to K-pop in 20... I actually don't remember what year Gangnam Style actually came out. That was the first Korean song I actually listened to. I'd actually liked it, so I went, of course, searching, but of course, I only listened to Gangnam Style and Psy's other song, but I didn't listen to K-pop fully until like late 2014, early 2015. Of course, BTS was the first group I listened to. I then went on to EXO, Stray Kids, ONEUS, when they came out 2019, of course. But all the earlier groups, like third gen groups, EXO, BTS, Red Velvet, NCT and all that. Of course, I've listened to second gen groups, which are SHINee, Super Junior, TVXQ, and there is another group there somewhere, I don't remember. There are many groups I actually listen to. I can't name them all because it's a long list, K-hip-hop wise. I listen to J-Park. I listen to Simon Dominic, Sick K, Ash Island, Dean, DPR a lot, and there is another few there somewhere, I forgot their names, whoops. And yeah, I actually don't know what else to talk about. The fact that I actually struggled becoming a K-pop fan has really changed my life. I've had people constantly tell me it's just a phase, it'll end soon, don't worry, like every other thing you go through. Because way before K-pop I went through like a weird emo phase where I just wear black and listen to all that, and everybody's like, it's just a phase, you'll get over it, blah 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 blah. I'm still not over it. I'm still kind of going through my emo phase because most of my closet is black clothing. But anyway, enough of that. Yeah, most of people told me that, aside from my parents, everybody's like, it's just a phase, you'll get through it, don't worry, blah 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 blah. On the other hand, my parents are like, it's do what you want, listen to what you want, do what you like, stuff like that. It was hard for me to open up to everybody in high school about it. The only person who actually was like okay with me was, of course, my best friend, who I call my brother. I won't be naming names. my friend actually stayed with me as friends, but it was just very weird when it came to opening up, because when I went to college at the beginning of September of 2019, I think it was, I remember going into the class and doing an introduction about myself, and I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to say? People are going to judge me big time here. And I was like, okay, whatever. I introduced myself like every other person did in the class. And I said, of course, I listen to Korean pop music. And then everybody's like, oh my god, what is that? What's that? And then I'm like explaining. And then everybody was like, oh, you're one of them. And I was like, yeah, I am. So what? And then, of course, things changed from there. It is hard for me to make friends who will actually accept me for who I am and not just because I listen to K-pop music. They won't be like, nah, I can't be friends with you. You listen to the gay pop, like they call it, and then it'd be like, oh my god, just shut up. Anyway, so I have actually currently done a few decorations to my room with K-pop stuff that I've done myself. I've bought some merch, and yeah, I don't know what else. My favourite songs, K-pop wise, that's very hard to answer, but I've got a few. I like a load of EDM type songs, so I like Save Me by 127, Cat and Dog by TXT, and Hyphen's Drunken Dazed. That is a big bop. I also like Hyphen's Fever, and Hyphen's song for a children's cartoon, which is called Tayo. Don't ask why, it's just a funky song. In the hip-hop industry, of course, I listen to a load of higher music, AOM artists. Of course, my favourite song, which is currently playing on my TV, is Telephono remix with PH1, Han, Rudy Gochild, J-Park, Sig K, Trade L, and Big Naughty. If I had to pick between I've been asked to pick between J-Park, Sig K, and Dean. And then I'm like, how can I pick? I like them, I like all three of them, but J-Park was the first one that got me into K-hip-hop, so it was like, that's where it all started. What else is there? DPR song I first listened to was DPR Live Martini Blue, and that's when I fell in love with that song and Live himself. It sounds really crazy. But yeah, that's when I started, of course, getting into the R&B lot of the side of K-pop, K-hip-hop lot. So yeah, that's the hip-hop, K-pop, R&B. Of course, I've watched K-dramas, like, God knows how many times. I don't know if I'm pronouncing this name wrong. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It's Hwarang or Hwarang. It's one of the others. I watched that K-drama first. I didn't actually get to finish it because the website I was using was closed down, so since it wasn't on Netflix at that time, there was no like K-dramas on Netflix at all at that point when I started. So that was the first drama I actually watched. But then I went on to watch Love and Secret on YouTube, which I found out was pretty amazing because it's a big headache, but if you're like someone who's like from the age of like 17 upwards, you would understand, but if you're younger, you wouldn't understand what's going on. But the whole concept thing of Love and Secret is that a girl from Korea has moved to the US because of her boyfriend, and then she's had a child, has come home, fallen in love with the CEO of a fashion company that she's actually working for, and then her mum gets dementia. Now, as someone in the family of mine who actually has dementia, I understand what they're actually going through. But when I first watched it, it was like, oh my god, this person is such a pain, blah 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 blah. But the acting was so amazing. That's when, of course, I started watching other K-dramas, and I've watched so many. I don't remember the name of them, but I can name a few, which are the Love and Secret, Lovers in Bloom, K2, W, which is 2 Worlds Apart. What else have I watched? I don't remember, there's been so many. Oh, My Venus. I'm currently watching My Love from the Star. I started watching Dr. John. I can't get into medical dramas that easily because it's always the same concept with medical dramas. That's why I don't like medical dramas much. I started watching Master's Son, and I am watching another one somewhere in between. I don't remember the name of it. Of course, I do like anime because I've watched two, which are Tokyo Ghoul and Black Butler. I'm currently on the last season of Tokyo Ghoul. I finished Black Butler not long ago. I'm currently looking for more animes to watch, but I don't know because there's so many, I don't know what to watch. And yeah, of course, I'm learning Korean and Japanese. I'm not learning the language just because of anime and K-pop. I'm learning the language because if I was to go to the country for a holiday, I then can communicate with them, because communication's a big thing when going abroad. And that's why I'm learning the languages. I'm not a Korea boo like oily London. I'm sorry, but that's a whole nother topic to talk about. I'll talk about that in a different podcast. But yeah, there's so much things that I'm going to be talking about. And that is it for this episode of my life as a K-pop fan based in the UK. Next episode, I will be talking about I'll actually talk about the topic about Ollie London and a few other ones. There is another one. Oh, the girl that claimed that she was married to Taehyung from BTS. I'm only going to be talking about them too because I know the stuff about Ollie London because of everybody else, and yeah, it's kind of funny actually. That's just about it for this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one.